This is UFOs above us, and today we're going to look for more moon anomalies. I've got one really interesting one at the end, so if you can bear with this video, I'm not going to do a lot of narration on this. I'm just going to point with the cursor to items of interest and then say a few things as we look. So the first one on this first picture is up there. Look at the segmented rectangles in that corner of that picture. So I guess the question would be, what is that? Naturally occurring or intelligent design? Notice that one there has kind of an X pattern. Another interesting object up there on the top of the, looks like a giant flat rock. I like this one. How about that one? Nice delta wing shaped object there. So we see quite a few objects on this picture, and I'm going to look at 5 different pictures of the same general area. There's another object I just pointed out. That might be naturally occurring. Certainly some interesting shapes here, though, if you look. So, that's tough to call naturally occurring. It's got too unusual of a shape to it. All right, so now we're getting to the fun part. This is the object that's of most interest to me. Now, I don't know what's going to be the most interesting to you, but we're going to look at many pictures of that. This area right in here, I believe, is a building complex, is my best guess. And we'll look at several pictures of that as well. And then you can draw your own conclusion. But my theory for that area right there is some kind of a construction complex. All right, so I'm just giving you a minute to scan the rest of this picture. There's 2 or 3 more items. Right here is one that was of interest to me. And you'll see the other pictures do a little crisper view of that, but it's certainly interesting anyway. And then the final thing that we'll kind of focus on is way down here in the corner. And if you just look at that area, something about that doesn't look normal to me. It does not look naturally occurring. It's just screams out structures to me. And not just that one, but look at all the stuff around it. I mean, it looks like a lot of buildings all around there. So, and we'll look at, like I said, we're going to look at several pictures here so you can get a good idea of what this general zone of the moon looks like. And we'll do each one the same way. We'll back it up here to the corner. Now this one I kind of cropped it, so we're going to start right there. There's the object I like the best. And I just want to point out here, look at the symmetry right here. You see how you've got this kind of one side here mirroring this side here. And I want you to focus on that symmetry with a central object right in there. And then what looks kind of like a ball, some kind of a circle here, and you can't see it in this picture, but a very defined base in one of the other pictures. So keep an eye on that as we go through. And then look at this area here that I'm calling a construction complex. It certainly looks building-like to me. All right, and I'm just giving you a chance to look at this whole picture because it's rich with targets of interest in my view. Hopefully yours too. Like I've always said though, if you disagree with anything I'm saying here, feel free to put it in the comments. It doesn't hurt my feelings as long as we keep it clean. So all points of view are welcomed here. Same thing goes for the forum I'm setting up at ufosaboveus.com. So if you want to share pictures, sightings, it's a safe spot. If anybody's making fun of others, I will delete those comments. It'd be a safe spot for you to comment on any sightings you have, pictures, whatever. Now look right there. So again, this second picture is a lot cleaner as far as viewing that structure right there. Isn't that interesting? Now what it is, I don't know. But it does not look naturally occurring. Look right here. That caught my eye too. What are all those little black feathers going out right there? That's strange. I don't usually see that on the moon. In fact, I don't know that I've ever seen that on the moon. So if anyone has ideas what that might be, let me know. But there's definitely something there in my view. There's definitely some kind of an intelligent design going on. Okay, so let's move to the next picture and take a look. Again, we'll zoom it out, start over in the upper right-hand corner, and work our way through. Okay, so in this one, boy, look at that area right there. I don't think many people would deny that looks like, rectangular structures all, co-located in one spot. So certainly interesting. And there's again the symmetry we talk about. You've got a left and a right side kind of connected in the middle there. And then you've got this circle. Now each picture depicts this a little differently, but you can see a circle on a base there. The next picture will do even a lot better. So that one you can start seeing it. The next picture will be even better. Now I wanted to point this out. What do y'all think that is right there? My first thought when I saw that was some kind of a bridge. And it even extends on to the next rock outcropping down there. But give me your thoughts on what you think it is. And I'm just looking at other rectangular, what looks kind of like buildings as we go here. Okay, on to the next object that we've looked at there. And this picture really doesn't show a lot. It's interesting, but you can't really make out a whole lot on that one. Just looking here to see if I see anything else. Nothing really jumps out at me on this picture. That looks maybe interesting, but it's not the sharpest image there. Okay, so now let's look down here. Okay, and boy, you can see something going on there. Got some unusual shapes. I would just ask an honest question. If you're looking at this open-mindedly, does that look naturally occurring to you? Does that area of the moon look like rock formations or meteor strikes to you? You draw your conclusion. My conclusion is no. Something's going on there. I don't know what yet, but it's certainly interesting to me. And I'm going to be looking more at that area of the moon. Okay, so next picture here. This one's definitely getting us a little bit different view there. This picture is a little blurry, I'll be honest. I don't think I had it in full focus. But even the ones that aren't in full focus, sometimes because I'm using a different shutter speed or a different f-stop on the camera, it can bring out things. And I try to share everything I take to give you a good overall view. That's interesting. In the center of that crater, there's something there. And then just kind of as we look there, there's an interesting object I hadn't noticed before. And of course, looking at that area, even though the focus on the right-hand side of the picture was not that good, focus over here doesn't look bad at all. So, and that's kind of what I've observed on the moon. You can't really focus on the entire, look at that, circle with kind of bars going up. So that one was interesting. And your focus can't really focus on everything crystal clear at once. So it tends to be one side will be in focus and the other won't. All right, so this next picture. There's something on the ledge or the rim of that crater there. Yeah, right there. I don't know what that is. That looks interesting. You've got kind of what looks like a dome on something there. So again, each picture gives us a little more insight into what's going on. Gives us even a different look at that right there. So you see some features that we didn't notice in some of the other pictures. Interesting. So again, we're looking at several pictures of the same area of the moon. Now that one, we don't have quite the symmetry that we have in some of the other pictures, but you still see the basic same thing with the circle. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. The part that I was calling the bridge, boy, you can see it extend way on down. Not just to that first crater, but all the way down to the second. And then look in the center of that crater right there. Something with a V, casting a V shadow. Okay, so now we're looking at this object down here. Got another view of it. Interesting. Yeah, if you look right there, boy, that looks like a building of some type, doesn't it? Or does it? I shouldn't lead the audience here. To me, it looks like a building. But again, I'm just trying to keep an open mind and not thinking this as it's the moon, so there can't be anything on there. I'm thinking, here's pictures, real pictures. Look at them, and what do you see? So again, we're looking at this one here, and this is my favorite one because that one object up now, you can definitely see structure there. I can see structure there, but look at this object right here. This is my best picture of it, and we'll actually blow this picture up. Look at the symmetry of those two things connected. You got kind of a straight something connecting them, and then you've got a clear-cut ball there. But look underneath it. Look at that defined base. You can see a slab there. You can even see the legs supporting that slab. And, you know, show other people this and see what they think. I don't know how that's what I see. So you tell me what you see. I'll even do blow-ups of this and you look a little closer at it. But I'll try to do blow-ups of the main objects we've looked at there. Not just that one, but, this one over here on the corner is one of the main objects that's interesting to me. Now, looking at that object, I really don't see a lot there. I mean, it doesn't look naturally occurring to me, or I wouldn't be pointing it out. But this one definitely has some interest there. That almost looks like a spiral. So just blowing that up to look a little closer, that you can almost see what looks like a spiral in that one spot. Then blowing up this area with the buildings, or what I think are buildings, that gives you a good view of them, that's for sure. But really the most exciting thing to me is that object up there with the symmetry left and right, what looks like some kind of a translucent globe elevated above a base. There's a nice high contrast picture of it. Look at that and tell me what you think. So again, I don't know what this is. It certainly has two objects symmetrical left and right, kind of first reminding me of wings or something, like maybe a giant statue of a dragon or something. I don't know what it is, but it's certainly interesting to me, and I'm trying to share my results. I'd like feedback from y'all. What do you think? Feel free to share this, study it yourself if you'd like to, do your own analysis. I don't make a penny off this site. I just do it to encourage others to share what you find. Keep watching those skies.